Hello, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And today I'm going to show you a really cute, easy, fun lace pattern called the Arrowhead lace. And what I find really interesting about this particular pattern is the use of negative and positive space. Now, if you look, the negative space creates arrows that are facing up. And the positive space that's filled in, you have arrows going down. So it's, an interesting sort of almost like an MC Escher kind of thing, but in stitches, which I find rather interesting. And so for this swatch, I used Red Heart Super Saver. As always, not sponsored, but I like to share. And I used a size J crochet hook, which I have right here. And so this is a 6mm hook. Typically I use a size I, but I wanted to go just a little bit bigger because these clusters are, rather close together and so forth. So that is what I used. You, of course, can use whatever you want, but I always like to let you know what it is that I use. So if you want to duplicate the results, you can. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so for this piece, I'm going to use the same yarn and the same sized hook, going for consistency here for you. So it's a 6mm hook, size J, worsted weight yarn. That's what I'm using anyway. And of course, yes, we're going to start with our obligatory slip knot. Oh, yes. So we have our little slip knot here. Now you can make this as wide or as narrow as you want to. So you can make a blanket, a throw, an afghan, a baby blanket, a scarf, a wrap, whatever it is that you want to do, go for it. All right, so we need a multiple of 10 chains plus an additional 6 chains for the initial chain. So, just as long as you have multiples of 10 plus an additional 6, you're good to go. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'll go for 36. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I could stop here, but I'm going to keep going. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So my piece is going to be this wide. You can make it wider, narrower, however you want. And so when you have your chain in a multiple of 10 chains plus an additional 6, meet back up with me and we shall continue. Alrighty. Alright, row 1. So I have my chain of 36 chain stitches. And so this first one, it is going to seem perhaps a little bit weird because we're going into the 11th chain from the hook with 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I always like to double count, you know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Now, yes, it does seem a bit extreme, but we can do this. So yarning over and then going right in. Now I'm going to go into the top loop of the V. You can go into the back loop or underneath both loops, however you want to do it, by all means. I'm just going to go into the top loop myself, and we're going in with 3 double crochets. And we're going to need all that space, trust me. So that's 1 and 2 and 3, all into that same stitch. Okay? Then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to skip the next 4 chains, and we're going to double crochet into the next. So into the 5th chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into the 5th, double crochet. Like so. So we've got a cluster and then a single. Chain 3 again. Skip 4 more chains. 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 5th, 3 double crochets. It's 1 and 2 and 3. Chain 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. And then into the 5th chain again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A single double crochet. Sorry, 1 double crochet. Not a single double. Just 1 double crochet. All right, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip another 4 going into the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So into the 5th chain, 3 doubles. Alrighty. Chain 3. And then skipping the last 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, going into that 5th with a double crochet. It's all about symmetry, at least with this pattern anyway. And there you go. Ta-da! The end of row 1. Alrighty, let's press on. Alright, row 2. So for row 2, we're going to start by chaining up 3 and turning the work. Now into this first stitch, we need a double crochet, because we have to increase from 1 into 2. Then, moving right along, we chain 3, and skipping over this chain 3 space and the first double, we're going into the middle double, the second one, with a double crochet. Okay, like so. Chain 3. Now into this lonely little double crochet right here, we need to increase that 1. So 3 double crochets into this 1 double crochet. That's 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, and chain 3. Double crochet into the middle double crochet, the second one. Chain 3. Three double crochets into the next double crochet. Oops. Come on, work with me. Come on, yarn. There we go. Chain 3. Double crochet into the middle one again. Okay, now here's where it gets a little bit weird. It's like, all right, where exactly do we go into here, right? Okay, so after chaining 3, we need to do 2 double crochets on the top of the double crochet over here. Now it can be a little bit tricky, but we can do this. Basically, we've been skipping the chain 3 spaces, correct? Yes. So, that being said, if you turn the work just a little bit, you can see your chains. So, it's going to be the 4th chain because it's the 3 chain space, right? So, there's our double crochet right here, then 1, 2, and 3. So, into the 4th chain right there, going to go in underneath both loops like so, and we need 2 double crochets. It can be a little bit tricky and a little bit fiddly, but it's worth it. All right. Ta-da! So, like we started at the beginning, we have our 1 and then our 2. And get to the other end, and we've got the same deal. All right. So that is the end of row 2. Okay, row 3. So, I'm going to start by chaining 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. Turn the work. Now, not into this first stitch, but into the next one right here. 2 double crochets. So we went from 1 to 2, and now for this row, we've got 3 at the beginning, and we will at the end as well. Like I said, it's all about symmetry. Alrighty. So now, going to... Okay, had a ball of yarn just fall. Alright, so now, going to chain 2. 1, 2. And double crochet into this center. Double crochet right there. Chain 2. All right, now we need to make this one wider as well. So it is 2 double crochets into the first, because we need to make it wider. Then 1 double crochet into the middle, and then 2 double crochets on the last one. Okay. Chain 2. Double crochet into the double. Chain 2. 2 double crochets into the first double. One into the next. And 2 into the last. Chain 2. Double crochet into the double crochet. Chain 2. 2 double crochets into the first. And 1 into the last. It can be a little bit tricky, but you know, if you just turn it a little bit, you can actually see where the V is with your both loops right there for your third and final double crochet right there. Da 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 da. There you go. That's the end of row 3. All right, row 4. So for row 4, start by chaining up of 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn the work. Okay. skipping over the first 2 doubles, this one right here and this one in the middle, going into this third one with 3 doubles. That's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Chain 1. Now we're going to skip over the chain 2, the double, and the chain 2, going into this first double on the other side with 3 doubles. Chain 1. Now, skipping over the next 3, 1, 2, and 3, going to this last one with 3 doubles. Come on. Chain 1. Skipping over the chain 2, the double, and the chain 2, going into the next one on this side with 3 doubles. Chain 1, skip over the next 3 doubles, going into the last with 3 doubles. Okay, just got to pull out some more yarn here, pardon me. Okay, chain 1. Now, we have to do the same thing on this side that we did in the beginning. So, after chaining 1 here, in this first double, 3 double crochets, and a double crochet into the last double crochet, like so. Ta-da! See, our arrowheads are really starting to shine. All right, so that's the end of row 4. Okay, row 5. So for row 5, I'm going to start by chaining up a 3, turn the work, and a double crochet into the first stitch right here. Okay. Chain 3, and skipping over all this good stuff here, going into this chain 1 space with a double crochet, like so. Chain 3. Now, in the center of this arrowhead here, into this chain 1 space, 3 double crochets right into here. Okay, chain 3, double crochet, 1 double crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 3, 3 double crochets into the next chain 1 space, chain 3, 1 double crochet into the next chain 1 space. Okay. Chain 3. And then, last but not least, into the last double crochet, 2 double crochet stitches. Because again, we need that symmetry. We started with the 2, and we need to end with the 2. You see? All right, so that's the end of row 5. Okay. Okay, row 6, gonna start. This is gonna be a little bit different because our arrowheads are staggered. They're not completely on top of each other. So this will make more sense as we can see it more visualized later on. We're going to start by chaining up of 6 for this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is going to count as a double crochet and a chain 3 space. So turning the work, we're skipping over these 2 and the chain space, going directly into this double with 3 doubles. Now, it may seem a little bit weird at the moment, but once we move on a little bit, it will make more sense. Trust me. All right, chain 3. And into the middle double crochet, 1 double crochet stitch. 1, 2, 3. Into the next double, 3 double crochets. Chain 3. Skipping the first, going into that middle double crochet with the double. Chain 3. And going into this double with 3 doubles. Chain 3. Okay. Now again, we need that symmetry, right? So after chaining 3, we're going to go into the last double crochet with the double crochet. Excusez-moi. Okay. Be sure to go underneath both loops of that V. And there we go. Ta-da! Alrighty. As you can see, we have our new negative space arrowhead forming here, whereas the last one was over here. That's why it needs to be shifted over. Alrighty. So that was the end of row 6. Alright, row 7. So for row 7, we need to chain up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that counts as a double crochet and a chain 2 space. So turning the work. So that's our double and the chain 2 space going into this first double with 2 double crochets. One double crochet into the middle. and then 2 double crochets into the third. Chain 2, 1 double crochet into the next double, chain 2. All right, again into the first, 2 double crochets, one into the next, and then 2 into the last. Okay, chain 2, 1 double crochet into the next double, chain 2, and we have one more cluster to deal with, so into that first double, 2 double crochets, one double crochet into the next, and 2 into the last. Alrighty, now, again, it's like, where do we go into, right? Well, we still need to chain 2, and now you can look at it in one of 2 ways. Either this is a chain 3 space down here, so you can skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, going into the 4th, which is right there, or you can go into the 3rd from the bottom. So that's 1, 2, 3. Either way, you'll come to the same conclusion, but it's just a matter of what works easier for you as far as being able to find your stitches. You know, whatever works. And there you go. That's the end of row 7. See, it's a bit more defined right now. Let me just lay this out for you so you can see. See, these points right here were these points right here. You know, it's fanning out just like this fanned out, but they're staggered, you know, and I really like that very, very much. So that's the end of row 7, and we've got 2 more rows, rows 8 and 9, and that's a full repeat. And then, you know me, I'm going to do another full repeat for you guys because I love you. So we're going to keep on keeping on to row 8. Alrighty. Alrighty, row 8. So I'm going to start by chaining up 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn the work. Now, for this row, basically we're going to be mimicking this row down here where we have a cluster of 3, a chain 1, cluster of 3, chain 1, but it's shifted over a little bit, that's all. All right, so for this one, after chaining up 3, because we now have to go into this first double with 3 double crochets, like so. Chain 1, go to the last double of that cluster, so to speak, the fan, the grouping, with 3 doubles. Chain 1, going to the first double on the next grouping with 3 doubles. Chain 1, and the last double of the grouping, 3 double crochets. Chain 1, 3 into the first of the next grouping, chain 1, and 3 into the last. Let me do that one over again, sorry. Okay. And then, last but not least, double crochet into the last double crochet, which is 1, 2, 3, the third from the bottom, or skipping the 2 up here because it's a chain 2 space from before, right? So, me personally, I like to go third from the bottom. It's my usual MO. Like so. Double crochet and shaboom. It's the end of row 8. It's really starting to come together. Alrighty. Row 9. Alright, so for row 9, we need to basically duplicate what we had going on down here. So, I'm going to start by chaining up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Turn the work. Okay. Now into this middle chain 1 space, 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 3, 1 double crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 3, 3 doubles into the next chain 1 space, okay, chain 3, 1 double crochet into the next chain 1 space. There we go. Chain 3, 3 doubles into the next chain 1 space, chain 3, and then last but not least, double crochet into the third chain from the base, or just the last double crochet. Ta-da! And there you have it, the end of row 9. So you would repeat rows 2 through 9 for the full repeat. However, you know I'm going to do a repeat for you guys. Can't help myself. Alright, so we will continue right along. And of course, I'm going to put timestamps in the description down below, to help you guys out. Because I really want to make sure that you guys get it. Alright, so let's keep on trucking. Alrighty.